Good day everyone. Now we are going to discuss the compound interest. Interest may be compounded annually, semi-annually or twice a year, quarterly or 4 times a year, monthly 12 times a year. At the end of the term, the final amount is called the compound amount, while the compound interest is the difference between the compound amount and the original principal. Finding the compound amount in interest using the formula. So most of the time, interest is compounded into the principal more than once a year. The time between two successive conversions of interest is known as the conversion or interest period. The number of conversion periods at a certain time is called the frequency of conversion and is usually denoted by M. The stated rate if interest is called the nominal rate denoted by J. The rate of interest of each conversion period is denoted by I. Therefore, I is equals to annual rate divided by the frequency of conversion, or equals to J over M. On the other hand, the number of conversion period in the term is denoted by N. Hence, N is equals to times in a years multiplied by the frequency of conversion, or T times M. So derive the compound amount formula. So we have the original principal invested, we have P, rate of interest, we have I, compound amount of P, we have F, the number of conversion periods, we have big letter N, original principal is, we have P, interest in the first period, we have P times I, new principal at the end of the period is P plus I, or we have P times 1 plus I. Interest in the second period is P times 1 plus I times big I. So we have P times I times 1 plus I times I. New principal at the end of 2 period is we have P times 1 plus I plus P times 1 plus I times I. P or P times 1 plus I, 1 plus I times 1 plus I times P times the squared of 1 plus I. So, in this case, the number of conversion period is 2. The exponent of 1 plus I, but if the number of conversion period is N, then the compound amount is the original principal times 1 plus I to the power of N. Thus, we have the compound formula F is equals to P times 1 plus I raised to N, where P is the original principal, F is the compound amount or accumulated value of P at the end of N periods. J is the nominal rate of interest or the annual rate. M is the frequency F conversion. Frequency of conversion. I is the interest rate per period or the J over M. T is the term of investment in years, and N is the total number of conversions periods in the investment term or T times M. In the compound amount formula, the factor 1 plus I is called the accumulation factor. Note that I is equals to J and N is equals to T when interest is compounded annually. Next, we have to finding the present value at compound interest. The present value of an amount due in n interest periods is the value A, which is invested at a given rate. P can be derived from the compound amount formula. So we have here the compound formulas. F is equals to P times 1 plus I to the power of N, and P is equals to F over 1 plus I to the power of N, or P is equals to F times 1 plus I to the power of N. The factor 1 plus I raised to n is called the discount factor. To discount an amount s due in n periods means to find its present value at n periods before s is due. Next, we have the compound amount at a fraction of a period. In the formula, f is equals to p times I plus I raised to n is assumed to be an integer. If n is a fraction, one method is computing the compound amount is to assume compound interest throughout the period term. However, in practice, simple interest is assumed over the final fractional part of a period. So we have here the steps in computing f where n is a fraction. First, find the compound amount at the end of the largest number of whole periods in the given time. Second, accumulate the result in the first step for the remaining time, which is less than a period, at simple interest, nominal rate. We have also here the present value at a fraction of a period. Steps in computing the present value at the fraction of a period. First, increase the number of whole period by 1. Using this new period, discount f, it means add a few months to compute the fractional period. Second, accumulate the result in the first step at simple interest, at nominal rate for a number of months added in A. So we have here the nominal rate and effective rate. Two annual rates of interest with different conversion periods are said to be equivalent if they earn the same compound amounts for the same time. Nominal rate is the rate wherein the interest is compounded more often once a year. The effective rate is the rate that, when compounded annually, produces the same compound amount each year as nominal rate, or the J, compounded M times a year. In the above example, 12% is a nominal rate while 12.36 is an effective rate. Let us derive the effective rate formula. Let U be the effective rate and P the principal invested at two investment rates. The compound amount of P at the effective rate U at the end of 1 year is F sub 1 is equals to P times 1 plus U raised to M. The compound amount of P in 1 year at the nominal rate J compounded M times a year is F sub 2 is equals to P times 1 plus J over M raised to M. So since the two compounded amounts are equal, F sub 1 is equals to F sub 2, then by substitution, we get U is equals to 1 plus J over M raised to M minus 1. If the nominal rate J is compounded annually, then U is equals to J. Next, we have the last one, which is the continuous compounding. As frequency of conversion M increases, the compounded amount increases marginally. Frequent compounding will increase the interest, but only slightly. For this reason, depositors need not to be attracted to banks advertising interest compounded daily unless they have considered other factors. Interest compounded are frequently is referred to as converted continuously. At the nominal rate J compounded continuously, the amount of principal P invested for T years is F is equals to PE to the power raised to JT. Solving for P, the present value of F due to an end of T years at the nominal rate J compounded continuously is P is equals to F to the power over e to the power of gt, or p is equals to fe raised to gt. The base e is a constant whose value is approximately equal to e 2.71828.
So we have here the example. Find the compound amount and interest if 12,000 is invested for 3 years at the rate of 12% compounded quarterly. So for the solution, we will use the formula of f is equals to p times 1 plus I raised to n. So we have the given p is equals to 12,000, j is equals to 12% or 0.12, m is equals to 4, t is equals to 3, and I is equals to 0.12 divided by 4, we have 0.03, and n is equals to 12. So, substitute lang natin siya sa formula. So, we have f is equals to 12,000 times 1 plus 0.030 raised to the power of 12, and simplify the quantity. So we have 1.03 raised to 12. So we have approximately of 17,109 and 13 centavos. Next is to find the compound interest. So using the formula, I is equals to F minus P. So substitute. I is equals to 17,109.13 minus 12,000. So we have 5,109.13. Therefore, the compound amount is 17,109.13 and the compound interest is 5,109.13. Another example, we have 15,000 was invested for 4 years at 8.5% compounded continuously. Find the accumulated amount after 4 years. So we will use the formula of F is equals to P e to the power of gt. So given, we have P is equals to 15,000, J is we have 8.5% or 0.085, and we have T is equals to 4. So substitute the value. So 15,000 e raised to 0.085 times 4. So we have 15,000 e raised to 0.34. So evaluate lang, simplify na tong e to the power of 0.34. So we have 1.40495. So 15,000 times 1.40495. So we have the value of f, which is approximately 21,074 and 30 centavos. Therefore, the accumulated amount after 4 years is 21,074 pesos and 30 centavos.
And that's all for the compound interest.